Before you record anything in OBS, you need to set it up properly. Otherwise, your footage will look bad. Here's how to fix that in less than 2 minutes. What's going on, guys? Next Level Noah here, back with another video. Today I'm doing something a bit different. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use OBS for your computer. So to start out, just go onto your browser, look up OBS, and then it'll bring you straight to OBS's official page, and click whatever system you're using, download it through there. So once you've run the installer, you will just open up OBS. You will just have to add all of your sources. What I use is typically your audio output, so that's going to be the sound that actually comes from your computer. So a game, when you're playing a game, it's the audio from the game. Video capture, I can show you what that one does. Just turns my camera off. So if you have a face cam, you'll need it. If not, don't worry about it. Game capture is if you're playing a video game. So click your game capture, it'll give you a bunch of different options to choose from, and then you just kind of pick what game you're playing. When you go to audio input, that's going to be your microphone. So you'll have however many devices you have for that. Display capture, that is if you're recording anything that's not a video game, that you just want to capture your actual screen on your computer. But yeah, that's kind of the basic setup for what I use. However, there are a lot more things that you can do. So firstly, we have streaming. That's going to be if you're connecting your streams. So you can actually connect it straight to OBS. You don't have to do any codes or anything like that. It'll connect right to YouTube if you're doing it through YouTube. I haven't used Twitch or any of the other streaming sites, so I'm not too sure. But when you pop it up, or sorry, I guess when you start your stream, the YouTube chat opens right up as well. You can manage the broadcast straight from here. Yeah, it's pretty awesome actually. So after streaming, you have your start-stop button for your recording. You can actually set up hotkeys so you can do it a lot quicker. That's how I do it. Virtual camera, I've personally never used it. I mean, if that's something that you use, you can try it out, but yeah, I've never personally used it. Studio mode just gives you multiple scenes to kind of choose from, so you can just transition super easily. I only use one scene, so it doesn't matter too much for me. And then we can go into our settings. This is gonna open up all your general settings, appearance, stream, everything. So general, kind of just basic information for all the tabs. Appearance, looks like they've got one theme and then a bunch of different kind of colors. Oh, that's bright. I keep it on default. Density, you can kind of change how you have it organized. This is your streaming site, so you have to connect to your YouTube or whatever you use, and then it'll permanently link it to when you're streaming. For audio, this will be what you're kind of recording. Video, you have your video settings. It's super straightforward. A lot of these you can't edit as you're recording, and since I am recording, I can't do a whole lot of them, but it's very straightforward for you guys. These are your hotkeys, so this is how you kind of, like, as you can see, my start stop is Control F12, then that means I can quickly like start and stop my recording, and then I can also pause and unpause recording. Accessibility, this is just mostly colorblind stuff. And then finally the advanced stuff. This stuff is if you know a whole lot about computers, but if you know a whole lot about computers, you're probably not watching this video. Okay, so now I'll go through kind of the scenes and all the different sources that you can add. Scene, pretty straightforward. This is just a scene, so it'll have all of my sources. This is kind of if you want to have two different scenes going at once, so you can flip back and forth between the two. So sources now, as I kind of went through these, but there are quite a few more. You can go through application audio capture, audio input capture, audio output capture, browser, color source, display capture, game capture, image slideshow, media source, scene, text, video capture, window capture. Yeah, there's a lot. So you kind of just use what you're trying to record and go from there. As for the audio stuff, if you click this, the little cog icons. You can go kind of more into the advanced settings of the audio, but what I like to do is there's a little slide bar and I'll just kind of adjust accordingly. So scene transitions, again, this is if you have two scenes going, you'll be able to cut back and forth. There's fade, cut, and then a couple others that you can choose from. Okay, so last thing here, guys, I'll go through the top bar there. You have your file. If you click that, it'll show all of your recordings. I'm not gonna go into them because it opens up a separate file folder, but you'll like create a folder and then you can put all of your YouTube stuff in there or whatever you're recording. Editing, you can do a whole bunch of different stuff. Again, I can't do a lot of this as I'm recording. View, this is where you'll show all the different like toolbars, all the different stuff. You can open multi-view so you have both screens if you have multiple. And then docs, you'll have your different docs. So this is kind of like where you can find the chat, you can find stats, you can find all sorts of stuff. Yeah, very useful if you're using multiple sites as you're kind of recording. Scene collection, this is if you have multiple scenes. I only have one scene going, so yeah, if you want to have like multiple different things that you can open, you can set up a whole new scene collection and then have a big group of scenes in there and do it that way. Tools, they do have captions. I haven't actually tried them out, but yeah, there's a few different things. Automatic scene switcher, output timer, scripts, all sorts of stuff. And then plugin manager. And then just kind of help. So yeah, you'll end off with the help, and that's kind of the basic rundown for OBS. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments. I can link kind of an OBS guide if that's something you guys want. As well, if you guys want all the equipment that I use for my recordings, I do have a website that I just dropped. I will put it in the description down below. And yeah, that has my entire setup, a bunch of other stuff I recommend. I highly recommend you check it out. I update it. I try to do it every week or so. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, be a huge help. So that's going to do it for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, Next Level Noah here. I've got a website. So I just started this website, Next Level Deals. This shows a bunch of different stuff. I had a lot of people asking what I use for my gaming setup. So I wanted to kind of create a place where I could put my gaming setup and give recommendations to people who are just trying to get into it or looking for higher end stuff. Yeah, so it's called Next Level Deals. I have a bunch of different kind of areas that I will show you. So I've got my setup. You can see the gear I use. I am partnered with Amazon affiliates, so all of this stuff will lead you straight to the Amazon site, and then yeah, you can pretty much go to checkout right from there. I have a button that will connect you straight to my YouTube channel as well. So if you want to check out the YouTube channel, I don't mind. So as you can see, my setup, this is all the stuff that I use. Feel free to take a look. It gives kind of a brief description on all of it. These are all the monitors I recommend. I've got keyboards that I recommend, mice that I recommend, headset speakers, mics, and then accessories and pre-builts. And then right at the bottom, you can also check out my YouTube channel. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys the website. If you guys wanted to take a look, go ahead. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. It'll be linked in the description below.